Good afternoon. I'm going to report our Year 4 challenges and solutions. I'll be away at an autism conference in California during your meeting, so this is a pre-recording on the report, and we have about 20 minutes or less in 20 slides that I'm presenting. And if you have any questions, please feel free to email me. I'm going to share the screen, and let's see, and launch the presentation. Okay, so we have a progress report for Year 4, 2022, and the challenges and solutions. The first set of challenges was created by the pandemic because Rutgers created a chain of approval that had to go through the local Department of Finance officer, the chair, the dean, the chancellor, and so forth. And this created delays in payments of the invoices and purchase orders and so forth. A little bit of bottleneck. But as soon as Rutgers lifted the restrictions, all invoices went through and were paid, and the expenditure reports files were done on time, and the budget modification and approval were approved by the Office of Research Initiative. The Rutgers finances really raised to the occasion, and Sophia, Paul, and Natalie Bernard from the psychology department worked with Rutgers Central Finances and the Office of Research Initiative via SAGE and resolved all budgetary matters. All invoices were completed, the budget was balanced, and expenditure reports are up to date. We don't need a no-cost extension. The budget is on track. However, this created an audit by the Office of Research Initiative and an 8-month freeze of our expenditures. We continue our activities nonetheless, but it's a little bit of a bottleneck. That ended with the Year 4 reporting in SAGE and the approval of Year 5, the official continuation letter. And unfortunately, during this time, there were some confounds of budgetary matters with matters of innovation, community support, and academic freedom. We were asked essentially to not report our research. We had multiple meetings with Drs. Daniels and Aquino and the Rutgers administration. And at the NJACE, the leadership opted for prioritizing innovation and scientific integrity over conflicts of interest. And this emerged in particular with the Organization of Autism New Jersey that demanded that our webinars were taken down. And the representation of that were the very people that were supposed to be neutral to these matters of autism. So these issues with academic freedom emerged, entangled with budget matters and the authorization of the ORI. There were multiple threatening letters from Trenton, from the multiple offices, and a correction action plan, or CAP, before the Year 5 was approved after budget restructuring. We have all programmatic goals and spending on track, despite all these problems. But here's some examples of the letters that we received. The first one came in January 18th, 2022, saying that we had an under a spending pattern, and that our budget was going to be reduced to $600K from $800K, and in addition to that, $450K were going to be returned to the Treasury. Then the second letter came the next day, saying that not only we were in non-compliance and were going to be prevented from a suspension of the grant, but also prevented from any future funding through the council. Because this was kind of a strong letter, and it was weird because it came from the Commission on Cancer Research, but we do autism, we don't do cancer research. We, in the Rutgers administration, made inquiries to other grantees, and it turns out we were the only ones who received this threatening letter, which then resulted on another letter, which I'm highlighting here, the main ask, which was to deactivate the YouTube platform, the webinars that we had there with the scientific speakers. We had distinguished speakers, scholars from well-renowned scholars from all over bioethics and genetic research and behavioral research. So moving forward, we had to essentially purge anything that was said inflammatory or negative about AVA. There's nothing such a thing in the webinar, since these are all scholars and it was a frank discussion in the community. I did not partake personally in these discussions, but I know I watched the webinars and it's not inflammatory in any way. And they asked us to bring people to give positive testimony about AVA, and we can't bias anything like that because we're neutral to all these matters. So this was the letter that we received, and it was either you do that or you are not funded, and that is quid pro quo. So I responded with another letter, and the matter was resolved. Our program manager resigned, and the webinars stand online and continue to attract tremendous attention to all these ongoing conversation in the field, multiple fields, not only in the States, but also abroad. And we continue to bring distinguished speakers. We're not going to change or challenge our academic freedom. I'm a scientist, and I have a responsibility to maintain the neutrality of science and the objectivity of science. So I'm sorry, but I'm not going to challenge academic freedom. We are continuing our conversation and our innovation. And so because of all of the COVID restrictions, we also had physical contact restrictions, which impacted across the board behavioral research. And however, we managed to create solutions for our researchers, and between our virtual center and our new innovative approaches, we're thriving. We have increased the NJACE impact. We're a statewide influencer, and we have global impact internationally. We have over 400K viewers across social media, over 3,000 subscribers in YouTube, and we are increasing our clinical and research innovation. We had some loss of personnel, but we also had some new hires. These were authorized by the Office of Research Initiative. Our program manager, Jen Schonger, resigned due to the threatening letters from the ORI and Dr. Quinos concerning Autism New Jersey. Jen is a mom and an active member of the community, and so this was a shocker, and so she resigned. We also lost our clinical liaison from CSH, Gina Freeman, our OT, that passed away in an accident. So we're very saddened by that loss. However, the ORI authorized the hire of a new person, and so we have Walter, an OT with a clinical liaison from CSH. We hired an assistant Navica, or an assistant to the director's office to assist with scheduling and final conference, the coordination of the website and the upkeeping of the website, the coordination of our schedules, and Dr. Vaskevich to assist with the certification program, Dr. Ridesh Mishra to assist also with the certification program, and an hourly student, pre-med student, Hannah Varki, to assist with clinical collaborators. We had also the hacking of our website amidst all these challenges with budgetary matters and webinar matters and so forth. So we hire a website maintenance monitoring service by a professional company, and so far so good. If I were to say that year 4 was easy, I'd be lying to you. But amidst all these problems, we had tremendous positive accomplishments. We're proud to report that to you. Innovation is moving forward across the state and globally. And we are leaders in this innovation. So first thing is educating the public, 21st century STEM for autism. We're going to launch the first certification program on neurodevelopment and STEM through Rutgers continuing education. This fulfills aim 3, improving medical care and building capacity and educating our personnel across the board. And we are having the certification program translated to Spanish, Hindi, and Hebrew so far. So we have this not only in English. It's going to be beautiful. We, in aim 1, lowering barriers and providing support and connection for researchers, clinicians using innovative data science approach, we are diversifying the participants pool in clinical research using commercially available technology that we put in a box, and we call it the lab in the box model. And we ship it with IRB approval and instructions, and we are engaging the families as active participants and collaborators in our research. We listened to Dr. Quino and Dr. Daniels. They did have a point in their letter, and we needed to bring balance, and we did so. We went on and found, I personally was contacted by Cortica, a new model for ABA, a new medical model for ABA that contrasts with the antiquated, outdated from the 50s and 70s model that Autism New Jersey keeps advocating. And we don't understand. I mean, it's unacceptable to somebody who's an expert, a world expert, a scholar on behavior analysis, like myself, to actually go by techniques, Skinnerian techniques from the 50s. So we went on and found the leading people in ABA, and there are such things, and they have offices in New Jersey. So we are open to collaboration and talks with them. And we're featuring them in our webinars. We'll have scholars talk about the new advances in this front. And again, this is aim 2 and the goal of promoting awareness about emerging clinical issues and the progress of autism research and treatments, which is our state is a leader. We are proud of that. We also have collaborative work with medical developmental therapies, and this is a group called Positive Development, and is in New Jersey. Is nationwide, as Cortica is nationwide, and this one has 3 branches in New Jersey. So we're very happy to collaborate with them. And again, this is aim 2 and goal to stimulating cutting-edge ASD research and promoting awareness of emerging clinical issues, as we did in our conversation with the community in our live webinars. That's why we cannot stop those, because this is precisely targeting one of our programmatic goals. And we are collaborating with infant pediatrics research In the New York State Institute for Basic Research for Early Detection and Early Intervention, we have new lines of research to do at home and to do in mobile systems in neonates. We have hundreds of thousands of records that have been provided to us by New York and by the state of Florida as well, and we're collaborating with them. And this is in response to a barrier that we found in our own state with the Autism Registry that refuses to collaborate with our innovative center and with our Governor's Council initiative. So this is also in response to AIM 3 and Goal 3, strengthening knowledge and training of health professionals regarding treatment, diagnosis, and prevention. So we're very happy about this development. Year 5 vision, our final conference, we're aiming for April, May, and we're going to launch different sites in Central and other Central New Jersey and other potential sites for education, possibly with Monmouth University and with elementary schools throughout Middlesex. And we're going to launch our certificate program. We're aiming for the end of our tenure is going to be our culminating work, and it's going to be helped by Rutgers funding. Rutgers is going to commit $350,000 to the launch and maintenance of this program for the next 5 years after the NJACE is over. And we're going to strengthen STEM research and innovation as we've had so far, reporting our returns on investment to the Senate and the Assembly in collaboration with the ORI. And we will continue our work with local parents and global collaborations worldwide that Rutgers is funding for us to collaborate, in particular with Israel. We have a program with Israel that we are developing multiple therapies. They're very advanced in Israel, and we're very happy that Rutgers funded this initiative for us. This is all I have for you. I hope that this satisfies our progress report, but if not, you have any questions, please feel free to email me. And as we continue our task here of NJACE. Thank you very much for your support, and we hope that in year 5 we have a productive and a happy year to you and to the entire council. Thank you very much.